I want to talk about the journey of the Most High. Now, I really love Psalms. I read Psalms on a regular basis, but Psalm 91, 9-11 says, "If you make the Most High your dwelling, even the Lord who is my refuge, then no harm will befall you. No disaster will come near your tent, for he will command his angels concerning you." Now, it doesn't matter whether you believe in God or the universe. We don't really know if God exists. I just choose to believe that God does. Now, if you start a journey knowing in your heart where you want to be, then you know what you are trying to achieve. Okay? So this is why I start with the Most High as my first aspect of life. This is ultimately where we should desire to be, on that pathway which I call the highway to holiness. But I found in my life I don't find many other people like-minded on that highway. And so it can be quite a lonely place as you start to climb the heights like a deer. You start to build your spiritual muscle. And as you do, you find that your need for deeper contemplation grows even more. So what is the Most High? What is this place, this dwelling that is spoken about in Psalms? Now, I believe that this was written to really depict this special place that you can go to, whether it's through meditation, whether it's just connecting to oneself. So it's a place of personal achievement that is so deeply spiritual that we feel complete. We've expanded to a higher level, which is what I talk about in the identity anchoring framework, and that level of expansion. But I don't really go into it in a deep spiritual level. And this podcast really talks about that. So if you really want abundance and happiness, then this is the place you were literally born to live in. It's a place where you can wake up to good things every single day. Now, some say that when we're on this path, we're literally angle parked in a parallel universe. So I use that statement on a regular basis because I don't really fit in and haven't fitted in for quite some time, because people just haven't really caught on yet with this deeper spirituality. They haven't tapped into the real secret of living an abundant life. Now, from my experience as a coach of many people, we don't actually place much emphasis on personal well-being. It's not really on our priority list. In fact, people tend to squash down their emotional well-being goals. They don't even want to talk about them. When I first started coaching people 25 years ago, I'd say, well, let's have a look at some of your emotional well-being goals. And they'd laugh at me like, what the heck are you talking about? I didn't even know what that is. Now, I have to explain it to them really clearly. But the truth is that if we don't have emotional well-being goals, then we're missing out on the most important goals for our life. Now, the flip side to this is that I predict that in generations to come, emotional well-being will be the most important factor that we think about, instead of that fancy car or that big house, because we are really spiritual entities. Now, people will thirst after this experience of basically walking with the Most High and utilizing the spiritual gifts given to them at birth. And they will not ask me to explain what emotional well-being means. So that's going to be great, isn't it? What a great mission to think that nobody's going to ask me, what is an emotional well-being goal? Because they'll know. So I want to share with you that when you get this light bulb moment, when you get this call for change inside of you and you start to learn new things about life, then you're going to start to see some signposts on your journey, and it's going to be a real experience of self-discovery. It really does unlock mystery, and it basically calls you to more contemplation and action. Now, this place is a really, really special place. This Most High place. And once you get there, you literally don't want to leave. So when you step into what I call the expansion phase, you really step in on this pathway, this journey, And really only the hinds feet can scale that mountain, which means that you have to have that spiritual agility to be able to do that. And the only way you do that is spending time in contemplation, or in prayer, or in meditation, whatever works for you. So the spiritual forces that are around us, we call it universal principles, but they're spiritual forces that actually help us on our journey. Now, I'm not saying that you need to remove yourself from society, because I don't really agree with people that go and spend years in a cave or on a mountain and then they feel like they've got this super spirituality. Even when I was younger, I really felt this voice in my head saying, you have to live in the chaos and find your inner peace. And that's exactly what I've done. And also, in the cave, Clare, are not where the people are that you need to help. So for me, that was a really important lesson early on around these teachings. So, you have to basically think about what works for you when you go on that highway of holiness. And you have to fit it into your daily routine. It's so easy if you could just escape and do, 40 days in the desert, to be perfectly honest. But you can't do that in life. And so you just claim the times that you can when you can. So what really matters most in life is the state of your heart. Now, I call this our sacred heart, and it's where the gifts are from the universe, where you basically got those gifts from Earth. Now, I realized this really early on, that I had access to all of these beautiful gifts and talents, and that I needed to use them wisely. And I always really loved the story in the Bible about the men that were left the talents, and one buried them and hoped for the best, and etc., etc., and about how you invest your talents and the return that you get back on your talents. So I always share my wisdom with people. I always share the things that I learned with people. I always want to invest in the right way. But when we actually, I want to say, tap into this place, this secret place, this highway of holiness, then the answers are within us, and you stop looking externally. And I found this when I was doing the Masters of Business Leadership. We all were in that program, and it was a defining program. But a number of the people there, they had this halo effect on the founder of the program. And I used to wonder why they had this halo effect and why they didn't feel comfortable with just their own greatness. And so for me, I've always been really careful about not having a halo effect on other people. Now, I really love the story of the male nightingale, which sings up to 1,000 songs a night to attract his mate. Now, he's undeterred and sings the night away. See, the nightingale is not known for its beauty, but for its deep and melodic singing. And as we open our hearts to the universe and sing beautifully with all of our imperfections, then the universe draws close to us and provides us with all we need to dwell in the Most High. Now, the great philosopher Socrates was sentenced to death, and as he drank the poison, each part of his body died, his feet, his hands, his legs, and when the poison reached his heart, all of him died. You see, when our bodies are filled with poison, such as negative words and bad circumstances, then every part of us dies too. The heart knows the path it wishes to take. We know when it's time to cross a river and when it's time to rest. If you can truly believe in miracles, you will truly see and feel them. So I'm going to end with Socrates' quote: "Give me beauty in the inward soul, and may the outward and the inward person be at one."